Okay, so I thought I would talk a little bit about when I was in the Peace Corps. Um, okay, at the time I'd been working as what I call a stock jockey for Fidelity Investments, just retail stock trader. People will call in, hey, change my address, buy this mutual fund, what does this mean on my statement, that kind of thing. My favorite story from when I worked there was Fidelity went from printing their statements on one side of the page to both sides of the page, I guess, save money or whatever. So we'd get people who call and they would say, hey, you only sent me half of my statements. I only have pages 1, 3, and 5. So I love those people. I remember this one guy in particular. I'm very calm. Well, yes, sir. Do you have your statement there? This is a common problem. I'm sure we can fix this. Do you have your statement? Yeah, right here, right here. Okay, great. Okay, you got page 1. Okay, yeah, go to page 1. Okay, now turn it over. Dead silence. Okay, just no. Oh, after a couple of seconds. Okay, great. And then I explained to him how we start printing on both sides of the page. So that was kind of funny. But that was right in 2002. The bubble and the stock market had burst a couple years before the previous year, and so we weren't getting a whole lot of volume of calls. So they were trying to turn us into a salesman. Calling customers, hey, buy our shit. Okay, did not like that at all. So I worked there. I don't know. Let me think. Started in December of 2000. It's like a year and a half, something like that. And I said, screw this, I've had enough. And I quit. And I joined the Peace Corps. I went to work volunteer really, over in a little country in Eastern Europe called Moldova. Moldova's about the size of Maryland. Has a resident population of about 4 to 5 million. And it's in between Romania and Ukraine. Now there are about 5 or 6 different ethnic groups there. Russians, Ukrainians, Bulgarians, Gypsies, the Gagauz, which are this sort of Turkish-type people, and Romanians. Also, same thing as Moldovans. So I lived in a Bulgarian village in the south called Tvaritsa, and I spoke Russian. It was my minor in college. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Okay, so I was over there for about a year and a half. And let's see, what else did I do? I'll tell you a funny story. Moldovans had this superstition about, they called it the current. You'd be in a car or a bus or something, and if you had the window rolled down, the breeze would come in, and they believed it would somehow get in your ear and give you, a cold or an infection of some kind. So, they didn't care if it was, 120 or 200 degrees inside your car. They'd be driving along and all the windows would be rolled up. And of course, nobody had air conditioning. So, I remember I would go to the capital sometimes, and it was about 85 miles from my village to the capital, but it was a 3-hour bus ride. So the trick was to get on the bus first and get a seat right under the vent. Okay? It was mostly the older generation that didn't believe in this, this current thing, or believed in it. So you'd occasionally get some people who, wanted the breeze. So anyways, I was riding the bus back from the capital to my village, and got this primo seat under the vent. Well, this old lady comes on. I say old lady, I don't know how old she was, 60 or something like that. And she sits right in front of me. And so she says, I can tell she's clearly agitated by the breeze and everything. So after, I don't know, a minute or two of her sitting there, she turns to me, and in Russian, says, young man, would you mind closing the vent? And I say to her, grandmother, babushka, because, didn't matter whether or not, it was okay to call, older woman babushka. I said, we were very hot. There's a girl sitting next to me, and there's a guy over here on the right side. So we're very hot. If the current bothers you, I know that there are some empty seats in the back. Um, and it was like I had stuck her with a cattle prod. This woman, I guess she was about 5'3" or so, leaps up and starts clawing at the vent to close it. Didn't say a word to me, just jumped straight up, and she clearly was not tall enough to reach this thing, but she's still trying to claw at it and everything. And so finally this guy about a seat up from her has pity on her and closes the vent and everything. And I just turn and look at the girl sitting next to me, and we both... So, we go for a while, and the bus has a stop, some people get on and get off. I guess the grandmother thought I was giving her the evil eye or something, because she moves up to the front, and as soon as she stands up and starts moving forward, I turn to the girl on my left, and she says, "Open it." So I jump up, open that thing right back up. It was great. We got the breeze back. I started to cool down. It was pretty awesome. So you can imagine what it would have been like, a 3-hour bus ride, no air conditioning, the windows all rolled up. Not very pleasant. Well, I'll think of some other Moldova stories to tell you. Actually, the roommate, I don't think I've featured him in a blog here yet. The roommate's from Moldova. He's actually Ukrainian, but lives in Moldova. So I'm glad that I'm able to help him out a little bit. He's actually house sitting for a friend of mine for a couple of weeks, so I've got the house all to myself now. Girlfriend can come over. It'll be great. Okay, let's think. What else is there? Well, I guess that's it. Oh, I'll love this. Okay. So there's this drive-in hamburger joint, where you drive near not far from my house, 2-3 miles. It's called Keller's. It's over on Northwest Highway. So, I don't know if y'all know about this, but you drive up and, the girl comes out to your car and puts a little thing on it's like the old style deal. So, usually bikers, I'm talking the Harley Davidson, white guy kind of bikers congregate up there in the evenings. So I was a little tired. This is early this evening. I'm still a little tired. And I decided to ride up there, have a beer, and sort of ride back. I don't really know any of these guys. I mean, I know them by sight, but I don't really know them. So I don't really talk to very many of them. So I just go up there, I hang out, listen to, sort of listen in to some of the stories and everything. And I started to go up there, but then I was wearing this shirt. Okay? And I said, that's probably not a good shirt to wear at the biker hangout. So I switched to another shirt that said, your mom was here. I figured that would pass muster. So that was it. Drank beer, came back home. Today's kind of been a lazy day. Oh, I went and got the speedometer replaced on the motorcycle today over at the dealer because the other one crapped out. So that was kind of some drama there. But, it's back on. I can tell how fast I'm going now, how many miles it's been since I filled up the tank last, and so on. So it's kind of fun. Alright, I guess I've pretty much run out of stories. I'll think of... Oh, I never run out of stories. But I don't really plan these things either, so I've run out of stories for right now. Besides, it's getting close to the 10-minute limit here, so I'll talk to you folks later. Alright, there's the finger right there. There we go. So, talk to y'all later. Looks like the gay neighbors moved out. I think the cop thing the other night scared them off, so it's kind of fun. I mean, go on. I just live here. I don't need the high drama or anything. So that's the deal. So I need to cut my hair. It's getting a little scruffy. Sister says girls like guys with short hair. So that's the deal. Oops, sorry. I wasn't supposed to mention the sister. Oops, I did it again. Alright. I'll talk to you folks later. Whoop, wait a minute. My mouse... Oh, there we go. Okay. Peace out, folks.